mean for them to want him back?
And besides, Ellie Naismith, and then also the family truck and a couple of Ellie's pets.
What, hey, little John? See any rich merchants a coming? Hey, Nate Barry, what did little John say?
Well, he said he didn't see no rich merchants a coming.
Ask him if he's seen any fat friars.
But you don't eat two fat friars.
Talking about Granny's chicken? Oh, never mind. I got me one sad bunch of merry men. And yours is the saddest. A hound dog, an ape, a dumb old girl cousin that don't know a preacher from a bullet.
Don't forget me, Robin Hood.
Well, I don't know if I can trust you, Miss Stella. Your boyfriend deserted, and he was the only real merry man I had.
Buddy'll be back. He left his wheels.
Well, I'm afraid I'm going to have to hold you hostage.
Really?
If he don't come back, well, whatever was his is going to be mine.
Well, why wait? You're Robin Hood. This park is your domain. You're the law west of the freeway. Sure, a man like you just takes what he wants.
Even if she belongs to somebody else?
Of course.
Hot dog! I'm going to take her.
Crazy. Is he for real? What's the matter, Miss Della? I don't think the Jolly Green Giant has those carrots.
Granny, quit your stall walking. You know Jethro will be back quick as he gets hungry.
It's hungry. Look at that. He must have toted off 100 pounds of victuals.
Got enough to last him till sundown.
I'm afraid for the boy. He's gonna get hurt.
He ain't going to get hurt.
Oh, yes, he is. I'm gonna put a hardwood finish on them red rompers of his.
Simmer down. You through he's going to get over this Robin Hood notion?
But what about Ellie Mae? Out there in the woods, don't that worry you?
Honey, that girl was born and raised in the woods. Besides, she's got old Duke with her and that dressed up ape. I mean, the little one, not Jethro.
I'm too nervous to sit here. Let's go back to that park and find them.
We ain't got a ride till Miss Jane comes back with the groceries.
Oh, I forgot.
Besides, maybe that buddy fellow will find him. That boy we picked up in the park with the long hair and the beads.
Oh, yeah. The one Miss Jane said was a yippie.
I believe it was Hippie.
Yippie. He looked like a nut to me.
Sure was friendly.
Too friendly. Kept trying to find out how I smoke crawdads.
You, Granny, there is nobody can smoke crawdads like you.
Well, he sure knew nothing about it. Kept asking me which end to light. That was the easy draw.
He was just making talk. A pleasant fella. Says he's going to get his friends from Sunset Strip to help find Jethro. Wake up in there! Come on out, buddies! Let's go. Hey! Come on. Hello, girl. Keep it up. Keep it coming. Keep it going. Gathered here to pledge allegiance to our new leader, the king of the cats, the pharaoh of the far off, Robin Hood. I know we've had some great leaders in the past, Eric the Red, Buffalo Bill, and the late, great Lady Godiva. But hear me, friends, our new leader is El Supremo. This cat chases dragons. This cat flies with the birds and talks to the apes. This cat smokes crawdads. And we are going to be his band of merry men. We're going to take from the rich and give to the poor. apologizing for? Did you have to wear that silly-looking bird watcher's outfit?
This is most appropriate for searching the woods of Griffith Park.
It's pretty embarrassing in the supermarket.
Speaking of the supermarket, Mr. Drysdale, what are we for all them groceries? Oh, no.
Now, please. Put away your money. It's all been taken care of.
Miss Jane?
He's right, Mr. Clampett. He deducted it from your account.
Suppose you help Granny put away the groceries.
May I give her the trading stamps?
Look into a mirror, bird watcher, and you'll see a stool pigeon. Mr. Clancy, I've got a great idea to get your money out of that English castle. We'll turn it into a car wash. But it's all stone. It can't hurt the walls or floors, and we'll pipe the water in from the moat. Now, wait till you hear the name I've got for it. The Earl of Clampet's Classy Castle Car Wash.
Give me the crawdads next, Miss Jane. I want to put 'em where I can get at 'em easy.
Well, I'm sorry, Granny. We went to 5 supermarkets, but none of them had crawdads.
When is Beverly Hills gonna catch up with Bug Tussle?
Who's the leader of us all? Who looks good and moves so fine? Oh, Marian. She's as sweet as cherry wine. Oh, Marian. Oh, Robin Hood. Robin Hood. Hey, come on now, Robin Hood. Robin Hood. Hey. Little John gonna do the boogaloo. Oh, Little John gonna do the monkey too. Oh, Robin Hood. Hey, come on now, Robin Hood. Robin Hood. Hey.
Well, Robbie Baby, 4 travelers have just entered your forest. Is it the sheriff of Nottingham and his men? No, one of them is your uncle the tyrant. One of them is Granny the Crawdad Queen. One looks like a rich merchant. And the one driving is either a scout leader or Smokey the Bear's sister.
How about meeting back here in 1 hour?
Danny. Granny, ain't that a fancy hat to wear in the woods?
This is what you call a commie frock. Just so we'll think I'm a trailing our beauties.
Now, Granny, you take the north.
What did you say?
You take the south. Miss Jane will take the north. Mr. Drysdale, me take the east and west where the going is a mite rougher. Yeah.
Jed, we ought to have guns.
Granny, we want Jethro alive.
Not for him. Them woods look like they'd have bobcats and wolves and snakes in them.
You know, somebody should stay here and guard the car.
I'll volunteer. These woods are perfectly safe. You will not be lost there.
It's not that. Guarding the car is a dangerous job. It might get stolen.
I like it.
You lock your big mouth.
You keep going, Mr. Drysdale?
No, you 3 can have the glory. I'll stay here and do the dirty work.
See you back here. All right, now, everybody, beat the bushes.
It ain't the bushes I'm gonna beat.
Anyone can catch more flies was the sugar. Robin Hood, Maid Marian, Little John, it is I, your friend.
She's got something there, Granny.
Could be. Jethro, I got something for you, darling. Come and get it.
Wake up, rich merchant. You are the prisoner of Robin Hood and his merry men. Stand and deliver.
Jethro! Howdy, man.
It's Robin Hood and Maid Marian. This here's Little John.
Malin Dale and Will Scarlet. I am Much the Miller's son. I am Sir Guy Gisborne. Where's my uncle the tyrant and the others?
Cowards ran off and left me.
Whilst he's waiting, we'll tie you up and hold you for ransom.
Yeah, we's here to prey on the rich.
I'm not rich. I'm just a poor bank president. Honest, I haven't got any money, but I know the people who have. Now, if you'll let me go, I'll finger my rich friends for you.
Okay, it's a deal. Unhand him.
Thanks a lot, Robin Hood. Well, see you later. Tell Miss Hathaway I'll leave her car at the bank.
Hold it, finger man. Hold it. That's right, Mr. Drysdale. You're joining my merry men.
Yeah. Uncle Rob needs you.
Hey, Robin Hood. Robbie Baby. Almighty leader. Fella, you chicks are turning the king of the cats into a lapdog. El Supremo. Me, the guy of Gisborne. What do you want, Sir Guy? Our new merry man, Sir Finger. He ain't married. He's glooming up the glade, bringing all the cats down. Fetch that Saxon dog into my presence. Right. Hey, Sax Baby. Our glorious leader wants to lay the law on you. Behold, we have shared our threads with him. We have bedecked him with baubles, bangles, beads, and blossoms. He is the fairest in the forest, but he's still...
Now, look, it's bad enough to wear these hippie hand-me-downs and the rest of this garbage, but these creeps want to pierce my ears.
We don't go for snap-ons, Daddy.
Get away.
You see, Robin? He is Sir Sam. I'm going to grant you a boon, Sir Finger. I'm going to give you some fitting raiments.
Here. What is it?
But they's the best threads I got. They's even good enough for me. Now, go on, put them on.
Now, look, if you...
Our leader hath spake. Hie ye to yon bushes and gird thy loins. It'll let light through thy lungs.
Well, it's got to be an improvement.
Pull the knuckle Novocaine, baby. I would have further word with our leader.
Why don't you go away?
Well, I plan a trip just as soon as Robbie comes through with the crawdads. What crawdads? The kind Granny smokes. Oh, yeah. I did promise to get you some. So you did, oh man of La Mancha. Let us dream the impossible dream, huh? Let's go down to the lake. That's where you find them. Well, we'll help you look. But you gotta be careful with crawdads. If you ain't, they really grab you. Oh, lead us to the grabbers, Robbie. Come on, children. Come on. It's light up time. Seen anything, the young'un?
Not a sign.
Me neither.
Mr. Drysdale's gone.
The wolves got him.
There's a lot of bare footprints around the car.
The bears got him.
You mean the prints of barefooted people?
The Indians got him.
Oh, no. He probably just decided to help us look. Likely went that way, down toward the lake.
Kid, don't forget my crawdads.
Ah, doggies, I think I know how to bring our hog to trough. Now, Jethro is uncommon fond of Granny's smoked crawdads. I'll catch him. Granny, you go to smoking, within vittle smelling range, which is about 20 miles, he'll come a running.
Brilliant idea.
Now, spread out, everybody. We'll meet down by the lake.
I appreciate this, Robin Hood, but I'd rather have my own clothes.
Where's everybody?
Robin Hood! Friar Tuck! Sir Guy! Maid Marian! Lincoln!
Come on, Fred. Let's go back to the car. There's no Robin Hood up here. I thought I heard a voice. Probably that kooky ranger.
I shot an arrow into the air. It fell to earth, I know not where.
Yes, Virginia, there is a Robin Hood. Hold it, Robin Hood.
Hello, officers.
Hi, Rod. Put away the bow and the arrow. We're going to take a little ride.
No, I'm not Robin Hood. I'm Sir Finger. I mean, Milburn Drysdale, president of the Commerce Bank.
Oh, sure you are. Come down now. The Sheriff of Nottingham wants to see you.
Really? Well, I guess you wonder what a nice fellow like me is doing in a place like this. Why, you see, I'm being held for ransom.
Really? Oh, by the wicked Prince John.
No,
Don't you worry. See, we have Richard the Lionhearted on our side. And we can give you the room right next to him.
No.
You'll see a lot of your old friends there. Caesar, Napoleon.
Now, just a minute.
No. Just relax. Just relax. You'll feel much better after they put you between those nice, wet sheets.
No, just a minute.
Who's this?
That's Little John. I mean, Cousin Bessie.
Cousin Bessie? You know, Brett, I think you ought to have the room next to Tarzan. Hey?
Oh, howdy, pal. Get down here and make my little friend.
Little rascal. Nursing bottle.
Oh, it's Cousin Bessie. I got tired of playing Robin Hood and Maid Marian, so I come out here and found this little critter. Can I take him home?
I don't hardly think his ma would like that. I'm right glad to hear that you're ready to come home.
You know, Paul, being out in the woods sure has made me homesick for the hills.
Me too, Ellie. I believe it'd do us all good to take a trip back to the hills.
Here, we could go to the big fall festival at Silver Dollar City.
That's a dandy idea. I'd like it, and might be just a thing to get Jethro's mind off of this Robin Hood nonsense. Where is he?
Over beyond the other side of that hill.
I'll see you there directly. Oh, get that young'un back to his mama.
Yes, sir, Paul.
I tell you, I'm president of the Commerce Bank of Beverly Hills. Just ask my secretary. She's here in the woods someplace.
Wearing a leopard skin.
No, she's wearing it. Oh, forget it. Anyway, I was sitting in her car when these hippies captured.
Hippies?
Yes, the woods are full of them.
Where are you, honey?
Damn, those hippies do get into some weird outfits. I've heard of the flower children, but that one's gone to seed.
That's Granny. She can identify me. Her family has $60 million in my bank.
Really?
Yes, it was 70, but they spent $10 million on their English castle.
You're gonna like those wet sheets.
You rascal, you. I'm going to Mr. Drysdale.
You see? She's no hippie. She's as normal as I am.
Want to come with us, Granny?
I can't. I'm going down to the lake to smoke some crawdads.
Smoke some what?
Crawdads. But first I need a little pot.
empty-handed.
So, Robin Redpants.
Does yon sack contain crawdad?
Sure does. Got the deal, the rascal.
Higgins, too. Yeah, cool it, Group, cool it. Sir Guy of Gisborne will be the first to set sail up Moon River.
Be careful now. These grabbers.
Grab me, baby, grab me.
See? I told you. That thing's alive. Sure. You smoke those? All the time. You got a match?
You're too far out for us. Come on, flower children. Back to Squaresville. Back to the Sunset Strip.
Yoda, my merry men.
We're not that merry, Robbie.
Hey, are you going too, Stella?
Yeah? But you write to me. Next time you're out there flying among the stars, let me know what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars.
See that? Yeah, must have been 15, 20 hippies.
Shall we hold on to this one or go after them?
Let's do it the easy way. Let's go get the 20 hippies.
What city?
I figure about 4 or 5 days of hard driving.
We gotta get there quicker than that. Yeah, festival's fun, Saturday.
Getting over the Rockies will take 2 days in this thing.
Here, pour some of this in the gas tank.
Wait, hold on now, Granny. Is that Mountain Dew?
Yeah. And it do get you over the mountain.
You melt the engine.
Good. We don't want to miss the festival. Everybody and his dog will be at Silver Dollar City come Saturday.
We'll make it.
Is Aunt Pearl gonna meet us there?
How about that, boy? You heard from your mom?
No. But maybe there's a letter in this morning's mail.
I dreamed the bastard said.
That's my letter.
It sure will be nice to see Cousin Pearl again. And all the rest of the folks back home. Jim Owen, Mitch Ford, the Hershans.
I hear tell Pete Hershane had a baby.
Way I hear it, it was his wife. I guess that is pretty old, ain't it?
Older than both of us.
Sure hope Jimmy Driftwood comes up from Kimbo.
Me too, Granny. I'd love to hear that rascal play the mouthbow.
I bet they have a square dance that'll shake the hills.
With old Chick Allen and the ball knobbers playing the music. Swing your puppy one on, swing your puppy from the hall.
Look what I got.
From your mom?
No, from the president.
President of what? The president of the whole country. You got a letter from Jeff Davis?
I keep telling you, he ain't the president.
I don't get into that crap. Let me see, boy. My dog is right, Granny. It says, the President of the United States to Jethro Bodine greetings.
What do you want with Jethro?
He wants me to join the armed forces and fight for my country.
Can I join too, Paul?
Well, he didn't invite you. He just invited me.
I can fight better than you.
You can't neither.
I can't too.
That's enough of that. According to this, Jethro, you ain't got but a few days to repost.
Yeah, next Friday.
Well, you'll be driving us to the festival next Friday. Now you go in there, call the president, and tell him you're too busy.
Now, wait. If he was kind enough to send greetings and a personal invite, the boy ought to show up on time.
Well, how are we going to get to Silver Dollar City?
I'll call Miss Jane, have her put you and Ellie on an airplane.
Aren't you coming, Pop?
I think I'd best stay and see Jethro gets into the Army proper.
You mean Ellie and me ain't going to have no men folks to protect us?
You don't need no protection.
Jed, have you forgot what kind of men come up from them hollers at festival time? Why, even a woman at my age ain't safe from them bold rascals. Why, they's liable to grab me and kiss me and... Let's go call Miss Jane. She's likely to want to go with us.
Jethro is joining the army?
Well, he's received his induction notice.
Well, don't worry. I've got some friends in the draft board. I'll call and use my influence. I'll make sure they take him.
In the first place, Jethro is anxious to serve his country. He's just trying to decide which branch of the service to apply for.
I was in the quartermaster corps myself. Made sergeant. Ran a little lending service on the side.
You never saw combat, did you?
Me? I went through some of the bloodiest fighting of the war. Got shot at a dozen times.
But you never went overseas.
When you lend money to soldiers at 40%, you don't have to. Mr. Clifford.
Howdy. Miss Jane, I put the women folks and the suitcases in your car. I sure do appreciate this.
My pleasure, Mr. Clappin.
Are you going back to the hills with them?
Well, they did invite me, but it's really up to Mr. Drysdale.
Oh, I'd love for her to go, but it would cost me $300 a week to replace her.
$300?
Is it my fault you do the work for women?
Certainly is. Mr. Clappin, are you coming to the airport with us?
Well, no, thank you. I got to talk money with Mr. Drysdale.
Oh, yes. Will you run along? Well, going to deposit a little money, eh?
Oh, I'm going to draw some out.
Oh, it's a beautiful drive to the airport.
I know it is, but I need some money for Jethro.
Oh, I see a little pocket money for the soldier boy. Well, I'll take care of that. Now, let's see. His allowance is 50 cents a week, right?
That's right, but
And you want to give him a raise, reward him for his patriotism. That's a good idea. Let's show him how proud we are of him. We'll give him 60 cents a week.
what I have in mind...
Now, don't overdo it. After all, the government pays his expenses and gives him a handsome salary besides.
Yeah, I heard tell it costs the government $35,000 or $40,000 to train and equip each boy.
Right. Of course, in Jethro's case, it'll cost more. They have to feed him.
Reckon 50,000 to cover it?
Oh, I think so.
Okay, that's what I want to draw out. You told me that the government up in Washington was hurting for money and deep in debt.
Yes,
Well, I can't let the government pay for Jethro when I got all them millions just laying here in your bank. You just can't. Well, that's Jethro back from the studio. He went over there looking at all the different uniforms. In here, boy. He figured that'd help him decide which branch of the service to join.
How do you like it?
Danny iron hat. You get your cornered, you can butt your way out.
Jethro, that's the uniform of a Prussian field marshal.
Hot dog!
If you show up at the induction center wearing that, they'll think... I like it. It's great. Now, go right over. And when you walk in, give it this. Tell them Ben Bob sent you.
I ain't decided on this one for sure. I got a whole bunch of other uniforms.
Well, let's see him, boy.
Oh, yes, sir. Oh, you wait right here now.
Look at them pistols.
Ain't they something? Well, this is the kind of uniform old Blood and Guts wore. General Pat, he's my hero. A fighting fool. Rode around in a great big old tank.
How you like it, Mr. Drysdale?
Fine. They'll put him right in Section 8.
Is that good?
A lot of men try for it.
Dandy. Looks like you're all set, boy.
Oh, no, not until I get my tank.
Oh, that's right. You better make that 100,000. I said I ain't gonna let the government pay Jethro's bill. Go get yourself the best tank money can buy.
Hey, what's he crying about?
Sorry to see you go already.
Well, how do you like it?
Ain't small, ain't it? Looks like you got the run on a litter.
I figure I'd start with this one. Then when I got the hang of handling the tank, give me one of them great big rascals.
Fair-sized weapon on this little tank. Like a Danny Goose gun.
Yeah, that rascal. Really reach out and bring him down.
What do you shoot in it?
Well, of couldn't buy no shells, but I got a hold of some blasting powder. Figure I'd muzzle load her and tamp in some rocks.
Don't shoot it around the neighborhood. These city folks is even jumpy about my squirrel gun.
Us tank generals drives mostly through fields and woods and stuff.
Stay out of downtown Beverly Hills if I was you.
Yes, sir. Figured the best woods is up in Griffith Park.
Is that where you played Robin Hood?
Yes, sir. But I done outgrow that kind of stuff.
Well, you got until Friday to practice driving and shooting.
Well, I sure could use some help in there. Hey, how about you being my crew?
I don't know nothing about them gadgets, boy.
Well, you could be a Prussian field marshal. I got the uniforms right there in the tank.
Oh, thanks. I'll call Mr. Drysdale. Maybe he can help you find a crew.
Okay.
Look at that nut.
Have a heart. If the Army finds out that Jethro is idiotic enough to impersonate a general, then they'll never take him.
Right. Now go report to your commanding officer.
Thanks for reporting for duty, sir.
Miss Jane, you're a woman.
Thank you. That's the nicest thing that's been said to me all day.
What's the problem here? You having trouble with this soldier? You can be shot for disobeying a general.
It ain't that. I can't have a woman in my tank. You want people to think I'm a nut? Then you be my crew.
But I'm not in uniform.
There's plenty of uniforms in the tank. You can be a Prussian field marshal. Now, come on, I'll be.
Are you disobeying a general?
Hey, it's just a short trip.
That's what you think. We's going to Griffith Park.
Oh, sure. Just make a right turn as you go through the gate.
We ain't going through the gate. We's going out the back way and cut across country.
General.
What?
Nothing. Nothing. You and the field marshal have a nice trip.
Our little machine, yeah. Hello? Yes, ma'am. This is Jed Clampett. Long distance? Pearl, how are you? Did Granny and Ella May get there all right?
Yeah, Cousin Jed, the three of us is just fixing to leave for the festival. Sure wish you and Jethro was here.
Me too, Pearl, but I reckon Granny told you about Jethro.
Yeah. She says Jethro's been offered a job by the government. No, she didn't say what kind of job. But just a minute, Ted. Now, Verna Brancho, you get off this line. I know you're there, I hear you breathing. And I ain't gonna have you blabbing to everybody in these hills who I'm talking to, so hang up. After all, what I got to say to my rich cousin Ted in California, who lives in a mansion in Beverly Hills and has $70 million in the bank and just got back from his castle in England where he's known as the Earl of Clampett, is none of your business.
Well, now, Pearl, get back to Jethro.
Oh, yeah, Jed. I want to hear all about that fine government job my big handsome son with the 6th grade Beverly Hills education is gonna... Verna Bradshaw, that is the rudest thing I ever heard tell of.
What'd she do, Pearl?
She hung up. Girl, the men are streaming by your house on the way to the festival. I'm talking to Cousin Jade on the telephone. Oh, Pearl, they're coming up out of the holler by droves. Good looking rascals. You want to say hello? Hello? Granny, I need your Cousin Jed on the telephone. Hello, Cousin Jed. Granny, you come
practice. Ah! Watch that, Von Hindenburg.
Sorry, General.
You haven't got a shell in this gun, have you? No. Thank goodness. I wouldn't want to be in here. Von Hindenburg! Come back here! Forget it! Are you deserting under fire? You bet! You can't get away from me! I can follow you anywhere in my tank!
Oh, yeah? Well, let's see you follow me across the lake.
I'll get you for this, you Prussian dog!
Yep. Sure enough. There they are.
Thanks, Jack.
Heading right off into the woods. Now, hold it, Fred. This is just the kind of thing that got you and Tony split up. These wild reports from Griffith Park, like seeing Robin Hood. Soon, Charlie, I swear it. Just like you see these tank tracks, huh?
Yeah.
But that could be a bulldozer. They're cutting fire roads all over here. But the park ranger said he saw the tank. Get me that clown on the horn. I'm out, Joe. You know, they shouldn't leave those fellas alone up in those towers for so long. Gets to them.
Okay, Charlie, you're patched into the ranger.
Thanks.
Hi. How are you?
Say, about the report. What's that you say you're looking at? A man in uniform, in a small boat, crossing the water, about to be shot at. Tell me, is General Washington standing up, or is he... Hey, a German field marshal in the boat. Looks like Von Hindenburg. Tell me, isn't your tower quite a long distance from the lake? Oh, you've got your glasses. What's in the glasses? Oh, okay. No offense. Now, tell me more about the tank you claim you saw. Oh, that's what's just about to shoot at Von Hindenburg. I didn't get that. Who's driving the tank? General Patton. And now he's putting mud and rocks into the barrel of the gun and tamping him down with a broomstick. I see. Now, look, you just sit tight, and we're going to have you airlifted out of there.
Man, he has really gone ape. He was right about Robin Hood.
Oh, come on, Fred. Von Hindenburg in a boat, General Patton in a tank, getting ready to shoot at him. Let's get an air medic in a helicopter and...
Okay. Now, you see that stump across the lake down by the water there?
Yes?
Well, that's your target.
My target? I'm not going to shoot this thing.
Are you fixing to desert again?
No.
Okay, well, you get in there and button up. I'm going to get in the boat, row across the lake, and see how good you do.
Yeah, you do that. Clear across. Then hide behind some trees.
golly, it is a tank. Come on.
It's von Hindenburg.
Guten Tag, Herr Field Marshal.
All right, come on out.
Kommen Sie aus, schnell.
Come and see here, Herr Hindenburg. I'm not Hindenburg.
Hey, that's the nut was playing Robin Hood.
Really?
And he'll claim that he's president of the Commerce Bank of Beverly Hills.
Don't let this uniform fool you.
I'm president of the Commerce Bank of Beverly Hills. Ja, und ich bin Kaiser Wilhelm. Was gibt es Neues? I'll show you.
Hey, Charlie. Where did you learn to sprechen the Deutsch?
I was parachuted behind the German lines, was captured, and spent 6 months in a prison camp.
I thought you were in the quartermaster corps.
I was, but I had to transfer to the paratroops for more pay.
How come?
Well, I borrowed a couple of $100 from this quartermaster sergeant. That Shylock charged me 40% interest compounded semi-daily. He had his hooks in me, but good. Hounded me day and night.
See, fellas, I'm not von Hindenburg. In fact, I'm an ex-GI, veteran.
Really?
I was a sergeant in the quartermaster corps.
Hey, I was in the quartermaster corps.
Well, I was at Fort MacArthur.
I was at Fort MacArthur, too. Yeah. I borrowed some money from a sergeant called Dracula Drysdale. Looked a lot like you. I don't believe I caught your name.
Von Hindenburg. I've been hiding in Argentina for 50 years.
Let it go, boy.
No good, Uncle Jim. My crew deserted me. I'm going to turn this thing in and get the truck back. You drop me off at the sheriff? Oh, sure. Come on, hop in.
I gotta take $2,500.
Well, what for?
$500 is for Mr. Drysdale's bail. And $2,000 is what he owes.
Boy, I ought to shoot that Mr. Drysdale.
If we don't get this money down there, there's a fellow named Charlie gonna do it for you.
Come and listen to my story about a man named Jed, a poor mountaineer who barely kept his family fed. And then one day he was shooting at some food, and up through the ground come a bumbling crude.
Oil, that is.
Black gold.
Texas tea.
Well, the first thing you know, old Jed is a millionaire. The kinfolk said, Jed, move away from there. Said, California is the place you ought to be. So they loaded up the truck and they moved to Beverly Hills, that is. Swimming pools, movie stars. The Beverly Hillbillies. In the middle of the lush and sprawling greenery of Griffith Park, a place where nature seemed to echo the distant hills they once called home, a grand silver automobile pulled up to a halt near the edge of the deep woods. Inside the vehicle sat Milburn Drysdale, the distinguished yet perpetually anxious president of the Commerce Bank of Beverly Hills, along with his faithful and sharp-witted secretary, Miss Jane Hathaway. Chief, where have you been? Milburn Drysdale asked, leaning forward with a furrowed brow, his eyes scanning the thick foliage that seemed to swallow the sunlight. Well, I have been driving Granny and Mr. Clampett around Griffith Park looking for Robin Hood, Jane Hathaway replied, her voice carrying that distinct tone of professional patience she had perfected over many years of dealing with both her eccentric boss and their even more eccentric clients. Robin Hood? Milburn Drysdale repeated, his voice cracking slightly with a mixture of disbelief and pure exasperation. Jethro, you mean that nut actually took to the woods like he threatened? Yes, Chief. Jane nodded, adjusting her glasses as she looked out toward the towering trees. He claims that leaving that castle in England robbed him of his birthright. So now he is hiding out in the park and the Clampetts are trying to get him back. Unbelievable, Milburn Drysdale muttered, shaking his head as he thought of the massive fortune the Clampett family held in his bank, a fortune that required constant, careful management, especially when the family members decided to engage in historical role-play in public parks. Not for Jethro, he corrected himself quickly. I mean for them to want him back. And besides, Ellie Mae is with him, and also the family truck and a couple of Ellie Mae's pets. Deep within the forest, far from the paved roads and the hum of city traffic, Jethro Bodine was fully immersed in his new identity. Clad in bright red rompers that looked remarkably like medieval tights, and carrying a wooden bow that was far more decorative than dangerous, he marched through the glade with absolute confidence. He believed with all his heart that he was the legendary outlaw of Sherwood Forest. "What ho, little Jed!" Jethro called out, projecting his voice with dramatic flair as he looked up into the branches of a grand oak tree. "See any rich merchants coming?" Sitting on a thick branch nearby was his cousin, Ellie Mae Clampett, surrounded by her usual assortment of animal companions. Next to her, a large hound dog lay blinking lazily, while a dressed-up chimpanzee sat wearing a small velvet vest, looking remarkably dignified given the circumstances. "Hey, Nate Marion, what did Little John say?" Jethro shouted toward another thicket, mixing his historical names with joyous confusion. "Well," he said, "he did not see no rich merchants coming," a voice echoed back, though it was clear Jethro was mostly talking to himself and his pets. "Ask him if he has seen any fat friars," Jethro directed, nodding wisely. "A kid do not eat two fat friars." Ellie Mae looked down from her branch, her sweet face filled with innocent confusion. "You talking about Granny's chickens?" "Oh, never mind." Jethro sighed, crossing his arms and looking over his makeshift troop. "I got me one sad bunch of merry men. And yonder is the saddest. A hound dog, a ape, and a dumb old girl cousin that do not know a preacher from a bullet." From behind a large bush, a young woman named Stella stepped out. She was wearing contemporary clothing but looked highly entertained by the entire spectacle. "Don't forget me, Robin Hood," she said with a bright laugh. "Well, I do not know if I can trust you, Miss Stella," Jethro said, staying firmly in character, though his chest puffed out with pride at being addressed by his grand title. "Your boyfriend deserted, and he was the only real merry man I had. But he will be back," Stella said reassuringly, gesturing toward a shiny set of wheels parked near the edge of the dirt path. "He left his wheels." "Well, I am afraid I am going to have to hold you hostage," Jethro declared, trying to sound fierce but looking entirely pleasant and harmless. "Really?" Stella smiled, finding the young man's innocence absolutely charming. "If he do not come back, well, whatever was his is going to be mine," Jethro said with a firm nod of his head. "Well, why wait?" Stella teased, leaning against a tree trunk. "You are Robin Hood. This park is your domain. You are the law west of the freeway."
Yeah?
Jethro asked, his eyes widening as the grand scale of his imaginary kingdom began to truly sink in.
Sure.
"A man like you just takes what he wants," Stella continued, thoroughly enjoying the game. "Even if she belongs to somebody else?" Jethro asked, his voice dropping to a conspiratorial whisper. "Of course," Stella laughed. "Hot dog." Jethro cheered, breaking character for just a fraction of a second before catching himself. "I am going to take her."
Crazy.
"Is he for real?" "What is the matter, Miss Stella?" Ellie Mae asked, swinging down from the tree branch with the agility of someone who had spent her entire childhood climbing the highest pines in the hills. "I do not think the jolly green giant has all his carrots," Stella joked softly, watching Jethro march around a bush to inspect his domain. "I am ready to quit your stall walking. You know Jeff will be back quick, as he gets hungry." "Gets hungry?" Jethro scoffed, pointing toward a large sack sitting by the old family truck. "Look at that. He must have toted off 100 pounds of middles, but enough to last him till sundown." Meanwhile, back near the entrance of the park, Jed Clampett and Granny were preparing their own search expedition. Jed stood by the side of the road, his calm, wise demeanor a stark contrast to Granny's fiery energy. Granny was pacing back and forth, holding a small iron pot and looking thoroughly annoyed by the entire situation. "Jeff, I am afraid for the boy," Granny said, her voice sharp with maternal worry. "He is gonna get hurt." "He ain't gonna get hurt," Jed said quietly, carving a small piece of wood with his pocket knife, entirely unbothered by the grand metropolis surrounding them. "Oh, yes, he is," Granny insisted, shaking her fist at the sky. "I am gonna put a hardwood finish on them red rompers up here. He will just simmer down. After all, he is gonna get over this Robin Hood notion." "But what about Ellie Mae? Out there in the woods? Don't that worry you?" "That girl was born and raised in the woods," Jed reminded her with a gentle smile. "Besides, she has got old Duke Weather, and that dressed-up ape. I mean, the little one not yet." "I am too nervous to sit here," Granny declared, adjusting her apron with a sharp tug. "Let us go back to that park and find him." "We ain't got a ride till Miss Jane comes back with the groceries," Jed pointed out, looking down the long avenue. "Oh, I forgot. Besides, maybe that buddy fell off by himself," Granny muttered, leaning against a park bench. "That boy we picked up in the park with the long hair and the beads." "Oh, yeah," Jed recalled, nodding his head slow and easy.
The one Miss Jane said was a yippee.
"I believe it was hippie," Granny corrected, though she sounded entirely unconvinced by the modern terminology. Hippie, he looked like a nut to me. Sure was friendly." "Too friendly," Jed agreed, a small twinkle of amusement in his eyes. "Kept trying to find out how I smoked crawdads. You know, Granny, there is nobody can smoke crawdads like you." "Well, he sure knew nothing about it," Granny puffed, feeling a sense of pride in her culinary expertise. "Kept asking me which end to light. That was the easy draw. You just make him talk. You are a pleasant fellow." "He says he is going to get his friends from Sunset Strip to help find Jethro," Jed added, looking up as a strange sound began to echo from the nearby bushes. Deep in another part of the park, the young hippie they had encountered earlier was currently gathering a large crowd of his peers. They wore bright tie-dye shirts, long flowing beads, and carried acoustic guitars, bringing the vibrant, carefree energy of the late 1960s directly into the peaceful woods. "Wake up in there," the young man called out, waving his arms to wake up a few friends who were resting on the grass. "Come on up, buddies. Let us go, let us go."
Hey.
"There you go.
Come on.
Come on, girl. Keep it up. Keep it coming.
Keep it going.
Keep it going. Come on in here."
Halite.
The crowd gathered in a large circle, their faces bright with curiosity and excitement as the young leader stepped onto a large rock to address his followers. "Dearly beloved," the young man announced with dramatic flair, holding his hands up toward the canopy of trees. "We are gathered here to pledge allegiance to our new leader, the King of the Cats, the Pharaoh of the Far Out, Robin Hood." The crowd cheered, clapping their hands and strumming a few joyful chords on their guitars. "I know we have had some great leaders in the past," the speaker continued, warming up to his audience. "Eric the Red, Buffalo Bill, and the late, great Lady Godiva. But hear me, friends. Our new leader is El Supremo. This cat chases dragons. This cat flies with the birds and talks to the apes. This cat smokes broadheads. And we're going to be his band of merry men. Take from the rich and give to the poor. Look, girl, up the road." A young woman in the crowd shouted, pointing toward a distant ridge where a tall figure in red rompers was currently marching. "It is a bird. It is a plane. It is Robin Hood and Little John. Follow him. Follow our leader." As the large, enthusiastic group of young people began to march through the woods in search of their new legendary hero, Miss Jane Hathaway and Milburn Drysdale were returning from the local supermarket, their arms piled high with brown paper bags full of groceries. Miss Jane was wearing a rather elaborate, green, outdoor outfit complete with a wide-brimmed hat, looking every bit the enthusiastic nature explorer. "Who needs you?" Milburn Drysdale grumbled, adjusting his expensive suit jacket as he walked beside her. "That was the only sack left. It is you I am apologizing for." Did you have to wear that silly-looking birdwatcher's outfit? This is most appropriate for searching the woods of Griffith Park, Miss Jane defended herself, lifting her chin with dignity. It is pretty embarrassing in the supermarket, Drysdale sighed, shaking his head. Speaking of the supermarket, Mr. Drysdale, what are we for all them groceries? Jed Clampett asked as he met them near the edge of the parking area, reaching out to help carry a heavy box. Oh, no. Shut up, please, Drysdale said quickly, waving his hands in a frantic motion. Put away your money. It is over.
Take care of it.
He is right, Mr. Clampett, Miss Jane explained with a bright, professional smile. He deducted it from your account. I told you to help Granny put away the groceries, Jed said, turning to call out to the rest of the family. May I give her the trading stamps? Look into a mirror, birdwatcher, and you will see a stool pigeon, Drysdale muttered to Jane, before turning back to Jed with a sudden, brilliant gleam in his financial eyes. Mr. Clampett, I have got a great idea to get your money out of that English castle. We will turn it into a car wash. Car wash? Jed repeated, scratching his head in mild puzzlement. Well, it is a small stone, Drysdale argued enthusiastically, gesturing with his hands to paint a picture of a grand business venture. It cannot hurt the walls or floors. And we'll pipe the water in from the moat. Now, wait till you hear the name I have got for it. The Earl of Clampett is Classy Castle Car Wash. Granny stepped up to the vehicle, her mind entirely focused on one thing, and one thing only. Give me the crawdads next this game. I want to put them where I can get at them easy. Well, I am sorry, Granny, Miss Jane said apologetically, looking through the remaining grocery bags. We went to 5 supermarkets, but none of them have crawdads. When is Beverly Hills going to catch up with Bug Tucker? Granny complained, throwing her hands up in defeat. Who wears beans tats at all? Suddenly, the peaceful quiet of the forest was broken by the rhythmic, joyful sound of singing and chanting. The large band of young people from the Sunset Strip was marching directly toward them, their voices echoing beautifully through the trees as they sang a makeshift anthem for their new forest leader. Oh, Robin Hood. Who is the leader of us all? Oh, Robin Hood. Oh, Robin Hood. Robin Hood, hey? Come on now, Robin Hood. Robin Hood, hey? Who looks good in mousse or vine? Oh, Mariette. She is as sweet as cherry wine. Oh, Mariette. Oh, Robin Hood.
Hey.
Come on now, Robin Hood. Robin Hood. Little John gonna do the boogaloo. Oh, Little John. Little John gonna do the monkey too. Oh, Little John. The crowd swept past the astonished bank president and the Clampett family, moving deeper into the woods where Jethro was waiting. One of the young men, acting as a lookout, ran ahead to find Jethro and Ellie Mae. For travelers have just entered your forest, the lookout announced, bowing low before Jethro with mock solemnity. Is it the sheriff of Nottingham and his men? Jethro asked, trying to lower his voice to a deep, commanding register. No, one of them is your uncle the tyrant, the young man reported, struggling to keep a straight face. One of them is Granny the Crawdad Queen. One looks like a rich merchant. And the one driving is either a scout leader or Smokey the Bear's sister. Jethro nodded wisely, turning to Ellie Mae and his animal companions. How about meeting back here, in 1 hour? Danny. Granny? Ain't that a fancy hat to wear in the woods? Out on the trail, Jed, Granny, and Miss Jane were mapping out their strategy to locate the young man before he caused any further public confusion. This is what you call a commie flock, Granny said, looking at Miss Jane's elaborate green hat. Guess so, we will think I am a trailing arbutus. Granny, you take the north. What did you say? Jed asked, turning his head to hear her better over the rustling leaves. You take the south. Miss Jane will take the north, Granny directed with the authority of a seasoned general. It is a good idea of me to take the east and west where the going is a night rougher. Yeah, Jed agreed, looking out at the thick undergrowth. Jed, we ought to have guns. Granny, we only get through alive. Not for him, Granny insisted, her eyes scanning the deep shadows beneath the ancient trees. Them woods look like they would have bobcats and wolves and snakes in them. Milburn Drysdale, who had been dragging his feet behind them, suddenly stopped and smoothed down his expensive silk tie. Somebody should stay here and guard the car. I will volunteer. He is more than perfectly safe. You will not be lost there. That is not that, Jed said, turning to look at the nervous banker. Guarding the car is a dangerous job. It might get stolen. I will lock it, Drysdale offered quickly, reaching for his keys. You lock your big mouth, Granny snapped, entirely unimpressed by his attempts to avoid the hike. Keep going, Mr. Grandin. No, you three can have the glory, Drysdale pleaded, backing away slowly toward the safety of the vehicle. I will stay here and do the dirty work. All right, see you back here, Jed said with a wave of his hand. All right, now everybody beat the bushes. It ain't the bushes I am gonna beat, Granny muttered under her breath, holding her iron pot tightly. Anyone can catch more flies with sugar. As the three of them disappeared into the green depths, the young crowd of followers found Jethro once again. They surrounded him with joy, cheering for their legendary hero. Robin Hood, they have married Little John. One of the girls shouted happily. This is I, your friend. She has got something there, Granny, Jethro called out, seeing a figure moving in the distance and assuming it was part of his merry band.
Could be.
Jethro, I got something for you, darling. Come and get it. Before Jethro could investigate further, he spotted Milburn Drysdale, who had wandered a short distance from the car to look for a quiet spot to rest. Jethro's eyes lit up with dramatic excitement. Wake up, rich merchant, Jethro bellowed, stepping out from behind a large tree with his wooden bough raised high. You are the prisoner of Robin Hood and his merry men. Stand and deliver. Jethro, Drysdale gasped, clutching his chest in absolute terror. That be me, Jethro declared proudly, gesturing to the crowd of tie-dyed young people standing behind him. It is Robin Hood and his merry men. This here is Little John, Alan and Dale and Will Scarlet. I am Mr. Miller's son. I am Sir Guy Gisborne. Where is my uncle the tyrant and the others? Cowards ran off and left me, Drysdale said quickly, his financial mind working overtime to find a way out of this bizarre situation. While he is waiting, we will tie you up and hold you for ransom, Jethro decided with a firm nod. Yeah, he is here to prey on the rich, one of the young men added, laughing. I am not rich, Drysdale protested loudly, holding his hands up in self-defense. I am just a poor bank president. Honest, I have not got any money, but I know the people who have. Now, if you will let me go, I will finger my rich friends for you. Okay, it is a deal, Jethro agreed, always ready to cooperate with a helpful merchant. Unhand him. Thanks a lot, Robin Hood, Drysdale sighed with immense relief, turning to leave. Well, see you later. Tell Miss Hathaway I will leave her car at the bank. Hold it. Finger man, hold it, Jethro called out, grabbing the banker by the shoulder of his expensive suit. You are one of us now. That is right, Mr. Drysdale, one of the young women in beads laughed. You are joining my merry men. Yeah, Uncle Rob needs you. Hey, Robin Hood, Robbie baby, almighty leader. Tell her you chicks are turning the king of the cats into a lapdog.
El Supremo.
It is me, the Guy of Gisborne, the young leader of the group announced, stepping forward to present a new dilemma to Jethro. What do you want, Sir Guy? Jethro asked, trying to maintain his royal dignity. Our new merry man, Sir Finger, the young man said, pointing at Drysdale. He ain't married. He is glooming up the glade, bringing all the cats down. He fits that Saxon dog into my presence.
Right.
Hey, Sax baby. Our glorious leader wants to lay the law on you. Behold, we have shared our threads with him. We have bedecked him with baubles, bangles, beads, and blossoms. He is the fairest in the forest, but he's still... shut up, Drysdale interrupted, looking down at his reflection in a small puddle. He was now covered in colorful plastic beads, a flower garland, and a vest that definitely did not match his business attire. Now look, it is bad enough to wear these hippie hand-me-downs and the rest of this garbage, but these creeps want to pierce my ears. You do not go for snap-ons, do you? Get away from me. You see, Robin, he is sure sad. I am going to grant you a boon, Sir Finger, Jethro said magnanimously, patting Drysdale on the back. I am going to give you some fitting raiments. Here.
What is it?
Drysdale asked, holding up a rather large, worn piece of burlap cloth. They is the best threads I got, Jethro said with absolute sincerity. They is even good enough for me. Now go on, put them on. Now look, if you... Drysdale began to protest. All right, the young crowd cheered. Our leader has faith. I ye to yon bushes, and gird thy loins. We are going to let light through thy lobes. Oh, well, Drysdale muttered, resigning himself to a strange fate as he walked toward a thick set of bushes to change. It has got to be an improvement. Pull the knuckle novocaine, baby. The young leader turned back to Jethro, his eyes bright with a sudden recollection. I would have further word with our leader. Why don't you go away? Oh, I plan a trip just as soon as Robbie comes through with the crawdads. What crawdads? Jethro asked, blinking in confusion. The kind Granny smokes, the young man explained. Oh, yeah. I did promise to get you some. So you did. Old man of La Mancha. Let us dream the impossible dream. Huh?
Okay.
Let us go down to the lake. That is where you find them. Well, we will help you look, the crowd agreed enthusiastically. You have got to be careful with crawdads, Jethro warned them wisely, leading the large group toward the sparkling water of the park lake. If you ain't, they really grab you. Oh, lead us to the grabbers, Robbie, the young people chanted as they followed him. Come on, children.
Come on.
It is light-up time. A short distance away, Jed and Granny were still searching the trails, their eyes trained on the ground looking for any signs of their missing family members. Seen anything of the young ones? Jed asked, tilting his hat back. Not a sign, Granny sighed, wiping her brow. Me neither. Mr. Drysdale is gone. The wolves got him. There's a lot of bare footprints around the corner, Jed noted, looking at the soft mud near a small stream. The bears got him, Granny gasped. He ain't a prince of barefooted people. The Indians got him. Oh no. He probably just decided to help us look. Likely went that way, down toward the lake. Kid, don't forget my crawdads. Hi, doggies. I think I know how to bring our hog to trough, Jed said with a knowing smile, looking at the iron pot Granny was carrying. Now, Jethro, it is uncommon to find a granny is smoked crawdads. I will catch him. Granny, you go to smoking him. And if that boy is within victual smell and range, which is about 20 miles, he will come a-running. Brilliant idea, Granny cheered, her spirits instantly lifting at the prospect of cooking. Now spread out, everybody. We will meet down by the lake. Meanwhile, Milburn Drysdale had finished changing into his new outfit behind the bushes. He stepped out, looking absolutely ridiculous in a makeshift medieval peasant shirt made of old sacks, surrounded by beads and flowers. I appreciate this Robin Hood, but I would rather have my own clothes, Drysdale muttered to himself, looking around the empty clearing. Where is everybody? Robin Hood, Friar Toft,
Susie,
Maid Marriott. Come on, Fred, let us go back to the car. There is no Robin Hood up here. I thought I heard a voice. A stern voice echoed from a nearby path. It was 2 park police officers on horseback, patrolling the grounds of Griffith Park. Probably that kooky ranger, Drysdale thought aloud, still wandering through the trees. I shot an arrow into the air, and fell to earth I know not where. Yes, Virginia, there is a Robin Hood. Oh, Robin Hood. Hold it, Robin Hood, one of the officers called out, pulling his horse to a stop near the bewildered bank president. Oh, hello, officers, Drysdale said, waving his hands with a nervous smile. Hiya, Rob, the second officer said, looking down at the burlap sack and the flower garlands. Now put away the bow and the arrow. We are going to take a little ride. No, I am not Robin Hood, Drysdale explained frantically, waving his hands in the air. I am Sir Finger. I mean Milburn Drysdale, president of the Commerce Bank. Oh, sure you are. The first officer smiled patiently, entirely used to the strange characters that frequently inhabited the park.
Come down now.
Sheriff of Nottingham wants to see you.
Oh, really?
Drysdale stammered, his face turning bright red. Well, I guess you wonder what a nice fellow like me is doing in a place like this. Well, you see, I am being held for ransom.
Really?
The officer asked, amused. Oh, by the wicked Prince John, Drysdale continued, trying to make them understand the gravity of the situation.
No, no.
Oh, don't you worry. See, we have Richard the Lionheart on our side. And we can give you the room right next to him, the second officer said, gesturing for Drysdale to follow them toward the park station. Now, you see a lot of your old friends there. Caesar, Napoleon. Oh, no, no, just relax, the first officer reassured him gently. Just relax. You will feel much better after they put you between those nice, wet sheets. Suddenly, a loud rustling sound came from the nearby bushes, and Ellie Mae stepped out into the clearing, leading her large, friendly pet chimpanzee by the hand. Oh, my son, Drysdale gasped, entirely overwhelmed by the bizarre turn of events. Oh, God damn it, who is this? That is Little John, the officer guessed, looking at the chimpanzee in the velvet vest. I mean, Cousin Bessie. You know, friend, I think you ought to have the room next to Tarzan, the second officer joked, shaking his head. All right, Jed Clampett called out as he stepped into the clearing, his calm presence instantly bringing a sense of order back to the chaotic scene.
Hey.
Oh, howdy, pal. Ellie Mae greeted her father with a bright smile, holding up a small, fuzzy forest animal she had discovered near a tree root. Stay down here and meet my little friend.
Ah.
You little rascal. What is the nursing about? Oh, it is Cousin Bessie, Ellie Mae explained gently, cradling the small creature. I got tired of playing Robin Hood and made merry. So I come out here and found this little critter. Can I take him home? I do not hardly think his ma would like that, Jed said with a soft laugh, patting his daughter on the head. But I am right glad to hear that you are ready to come home. You know, Pa, being out in the woods sure has made me homesick for the hills. Me, too, Ellie, Jed agreed, looking up at the beautiful blue sky visible through the treetops. My doggies, I believe they would do us all good to take a trip back to the hills. Yeah, we could go to the big fall festival at Silver Dollar City, Ellie Mae suggested excitedly, her eyes sparkling with joy. That is a dandy idea, Jed smiled, nodding his approval. Granny would like it. And it might be just a thing to get Jethro his mind off of this Robin Hood nonsense. Where is he? Oh, beyond the other side of that hill, Ellie Mae pointed out. I will see you there directly. Now, get that young one back to his mama. Yes, sir, pal. Ellie Mae nodded, turning back to the thicket to return the forest animal to its home. Meanwhile, Milburn Drysdale was still trying to convince the park officers of his true identity, his voice growing higher and more desperate by the second. I tell you, I am president of the Commerce Bank of Beverly Hills. Just ask my secretary. She is here in the woods someplace, wearing a leopard skin. No. She is wearing a... Oh, forget it. Anyway, I was sitting in her car when these hippies capture her. Hippies? The officer repeated, raising an eyebrow. Yes, the woods are full of them, Drysdale insisted, gesturing wildly to the surrounding forest. Damn, those hippies do get into some weird outfits, the second officer noted, looking down the path where Granny was currently walking toward them, holding her iron pot and wearing a determined expression. I have heard of the flower children, but that one has gone to seed. That is Granny, Drysdale shouted with immense joy, waving his arms to catch her attention.
She can identify me.
Her family has $60 million in my bank. Really? The officer asked, looking skeptical. Yes, it was 70, but they spent $10 million on their English castle, Drysdale explained rapidly. You are gonna like those wet sheets, the officer muttered, still unconvinced. Suddenly, Jethro came running through the trees, his red rompers bright against the green background, followed closely by the entire enthusiastic crowd of young people from the Sunset Strip. Jethro, Granny yelled, raising her iron pot threateningly. You rascal you. I am going to. Mr. Drysdale, Jethro called out, stopping in his tracks. You see? She is no hippie. She is as normal as I am. Want to come with us, Granny? Jethro asked, completely oblivious to her anger. I cannot, Granny snapped, adjusting her apron. I am going down to the lakes to smoke some crawdads. Smoke some what? The park officer asked, blinking in utter confusion. Crawdads, Granny stated firmly, as if it were the most obvious thing in the world. But first I need a little pot. The young hippie leader instantly turned to his followers, his face lighting up with excitement. Quiet, comrades, quiet. Here comes our glorious leader. And he is not empty-handed. Hello, Sir Robin Redpants. Does Jan Sacken think crawdads? Sure does, Jethro beamed, holding up a small bucket with absolute pride. We have got 15 of the rascals. Biggins, too. Yeah, cool it, group, cool it, the young leader announced to the crowd. Sir Guy of Gisborne will be the first to set sail up Moon River. Be careful now, lace grabbers. Grab me, baby, grab me. One of the girls laughed, reaching into the bucket.
See?
I told you, that thing is alive. Sure, Granny said, looking at the young people with a mixture of confusion and amusement. You smoke those? All the time, the young man smiled. You got a match? Granny stared at him for a long moment, completely bewildered by his request. You are too far out for us, she declared, shaking her head. Come on, flower children, the young leader called out, turning back toward the main path. Back to Squaresville. Back to the Sunset Strip. Wait a minute, now, Jethro called out, looking disappointed as his newly acquired army began to depart. You are my married man. We are not that married, Robbie, one of the young men called back with a wave and a friendly laugh. Hey, are you going too, Stella? Jethro asked, turning to the young woman who had been watching the entire scene with amusement. Yeah, Stella smiled, walking backward down the trail. But you write to me. Next time you're out there flying among the stars, let me know what spring is like on Jupiter. Mars, Jethro corrected proudly, looking up at the sky. Be that? Yeah, must have been 15, 20 hippies, the park officer muttered, watching the large, colorful crowd disappear back toward the city streets. Shall we hold on to this one or go after them? Let us do it the easy way, the second officer decided, turning his horse around with a peaceful smile. Let us go get the 20 hippies. Take your shoes off. Don't come back now, dear. With the crowd gone, the park returned to its serene, quiet state. Jethro looked down at his red rompers, then at his father and Granny, realizing that his grand adventure as Robin Hood had come to a natural, joyful end. He smiled, ready to trade his wooden bow for a trip back to the Rayall Hills, where the family belonged. Chapter 1. The Awakening of the Black Gold. Come and listen to my story about a man named Jed, a poor mountaineer who barely kept his family fed. He was a man of simple pleasures, accustomed to the rugged beauty of the hills, where the air was sweet and the worries of the modern world were as distant as the stars. Day after day, he would traverse the rocky terrain with his old rifle, seeking out whatever sustenance nature might provide for his kinfolk. And then one day he was shooting at some food, aiming carefully through the brush, when his shot missed the target and struck the earth instead. Up through the ground come a bumbling crude. It bubbled and hissed, a dark and thick liquid erupting from the soil, staining the green grass and turning the quiet clearing into a scene of chaotic fortune.
Oil, that is.
Black gold. Texas tea. The discovery changed everything in the blink of an eye. Well, the first thing you know, old Jed is a millionaire. The wealth was unimaginable to a man who had spent his entire life counting pennies and hoping for a good harvest. The news spread across the hills like wildfire, reaching every corner of the mountain community. The kinfolk gathered around the old cabin, their faces filled with awe and excitement. They looked at Jed, then at the bubbling well, and realized that life would never be the same again. The kinfolk said, Jed, move away from there. They insisted that the hills were no place for a man of such immense fortune. They said, California is the place you ought to be. They spoke of a land of eternal sunshine, where the wealthy lived in palaces and the rivers practically ran with gold. Jed, being a man who trusted the wisdom of his family, agreed to the grand adventure. So they loaded up the truck, packing every old chair, pot, and pan they owned onto the battered old vehicle, and they moved to Beverly Hills, that is. It was a world entirely foreign to them, a place of swimming pools and movie stars. The Beverly Hillbilly had arrived in the land of luxury, bringing their rustic charm and simple values to a neighborhood that had never seen anything quite like them. Chapter 2. The Disappearance in Griffith Park. In the heart of the bustling city of Los Angeles, far removed from the quiet mountains they once called home, the Clampett family found themselves facing a new kind of bewilderment. Milburn Drysdale, the prominent president of the Commerce Bank, sat in his sleek office, his brow furrowed with anxiety as he stared at his loyal secretary, Jane Hathaway. The door burst open, and a man rushed in, breathless and disheveled. "Chief, where have you been?" Milburn Drysdale demanded, his voice echoing off the wood-paneled walls of his office. He had been trying to locate his associate for hours, and his patience was wearing thin. "Well, I've been driving Granny and Mr. Clampett around Griffith Park looking for Robin Hood," the man replied, wiping his brow with a handkerchief. He looked completely exhausted, his uniform wrinkled from hours spent behind the wheel of a station wagon. "Robin Hood," Milburn Drysdale repeated, his eyes widening in utter disbelief. He could not comprehend why his most important clients were wandering through a public park in search of a legendary outlaw from English folklore. "Jethro," Jane Hathaway explained softly, stepping forward to clarify the situation. "You mean that Nut actually took to the woods like he threatened?" she added, shaking her head. She had grown accustomed to the eccentricities of the Clampett family, but Jethro Bodine always managed to push the boundaries of reality. "Yes, Chief," the driver confirmed. "He claims that leaving that castle in England robbed him of his birthright." The young man had taken their recent trip to Europe very seriously, convincing himself that he was the rightful heir to an ancient legacy of noble thieves. So now he is hiding out in the park, and the Clampetts are trying to get him back. "Unbelievable," Milburn Drysdale muttered, running a hand through his thinning hair. He thought of the millions of dollars the Clampett family kept in his bank and how their public antics could affect the reputation of his institution. "Not for Jethro," Jane Hathaway countered, a slight smile playing on her lips. She knew the boy possessed an imagination far grander than his common sense. "I mean for them to want him back," Milburn Drysdale clarified, sighing deeply. "And besides, Ellie Mae is with him, and also the family truck and a couple of Ellie's pets." The situation was escalating rapidly. Deep within the lush, green expanses of Griffith Park, far beneath the shadow of the old trees, Jethro Bodine stood proudly, dressed in a makeshift outfit of forest green. He held a wooden bow in his hand, looking out over the winding trails with a sense of royal authority. "What ho, little Jed," Jethro called out, spotting a figure in the distance. "See any rich merchants a-coming?" "Hey, Nate Marion, what did Little John say?" another voice echoed through the trees. "Well, he said he did not see no rich merchants a-coming," came the reply. Jethro adjusted his cap, looking around impatiently. "Ask him if he has seen any fat friars," he commanded, his mind turning to the practical matters of surviving in the wilderness. "A kid do not eat 2 fat friars," a voice muttered from the bushes. "You talking about Granny's chickens?" Jethro asked, turning his head in confusion. "Oh, never mind. I got me one sad bunch of merry men. And yonder is the saddest." He looked over at his followers, who consisted of a loyal hound dog, an ape dressed in a tiny vest, and his cousin, Ellie Mae, who was currently trying to feed a squirrel. "A hound dog, an ape, and a dumb old girl cousin that do not know a preacher from a bullet," Jethro lamented, shaking his head at his ragtag band. "Do not forget me, Robin Hood," a young woman named Stella said, stepping out from behind a large oak tree. She had wandered into the park earlier and found herself amused by Jethro's grand delusion. "Well, I do not know if I can trust you, Miss Stella," Jethro said, narrowing his eyes suspiciously. "Your boyfriend deserted, and he was the only real merry man I had. But he will be back," Stella reassured him, leaning against a tree trunk. "He left his wheels." "Well, I am afraid I am going to have to hold you hostage," Jethro declared, trying to sound menacing. "Really?" Stella asked, raising an eyebrow in amusement. "If you do not come back, well, whatever was his is going to be mine," Jethro stated firmly, crossing his arms. "Well, why wait?" Stella teased. You are Robin Hood. This park is your domain. You are the law west of the freeway. Yeah, Jethro asked, his chest swelling with pride. Sure, Stella said, hiding a smirk. A man like you just takes what he wants. Even if she belongs to somebody else, Jethro inquired, leaning in closer. Of course, Stella replied. Hot dog, Jethro shouted, jumping into the air. I am going to take her. Stella watched him, her amusement turning to slight concern. Crazy, she whispered to herself. Is he for real? What is the matter, Miss Stella? Jethro asked, noticing her expression. I do not think the jolly green giant has all his carrots, Stella muttered, stepping back. I am ready to quit your stall walking. You know Jeff will be back quick as he gets hungry. Gets hungry, Jethro repeated, scoffing at the idea. Look at that. He must have toted off 100 pounds of middles, but enough to last him till sundown. Chapter 3. The Council of the Hills. Meanwhile, on a quiet hillside near the edge of the park, Jed Clampett and Granny sat on an old log, discussing the fate of the young boy. The sun was high in the sky, filtering through the leaves and casting long shadows across the grass. Jeff, I am afraid for the boy, Granny said, her voice filled with maternal worry. He is going to get hurt. He ain't going to get hurt, Jed replied calmly, whittling a small piece of wood with his pocket knife. He had seen Jethro go through many phases, and he knew the boy was resilient, if nothing else. Oh, yes, he is, Granny insisted, her temper flaring. I am going to put a hardwood finish on them red rompers up here. He will just simmer down. After all, he is going to get over this Robin Hood notion. But what about Ellie Mae? Jed asked, looking out toward the deeper parts of the forest. Out there in the woods, do not that worry you? That girl was born and raised in the woods, Granny reminded him, dismissing his concern with a wave of her hand. Besides, she has got old Duke Weather, and that dressed-up ape. I mean the little one not yet. I am too nervous to sit here. Let us go back to that park and find him. We ain't got to ride till Miss Jane comes back with the groceries, Jed noted, looking back toward the empty dirt road where they had parked earlier. Oh, I forgot, Granny sighed, sinking back onto the log. Besides, maybe that buddy fell off by himself. That boy we picked up in the park with the long hair and the beads. Oh, yeah, Jed recalled, nodding his head. The one Miss Jane said was a yippee. I believe it was Hippie, Granny corrected him, tapping her foot. Hippie, he looked like a nut to me. Sure was friendly. Too friendly, Jed agreed, a slight chuckle escaping his lips. Kept trying to find out how I smoked crawdads. You know, Granny, there is nobody can